What do you think of the prophecies of the great Catholic monarch?
Uh,
I don't believe it. I could be completely wrong, but I just don't see a reason to believe it. I just don't see a reason to believe it. We're not even entirely sure where this prophecy originates from, who was the original person who declared this prophecy. We have no verification done by the Catholic Church on this prophecy. It hasn't been really checked seriously. There's not enough substance to rely on it. Okay. I mean, why do you think the prophecy is legitimate? Could you tell me that? I'd be interested to hear your opinion. Because I'm not entirely sure. I mean, if you look at a country like France, you have on one side you got a bunch of racist Nazis who want to revive the French Nazi state, the Vichy, and then on the other side you got a bunch of liberals, and then you have a guy who's basically banging a grandmother. I mean, that's what France has been reduced to. What's his name? Macron. Emmanuel Macron. He's basically banging grandma. He's banging a grandma. I mean, it's sick. It's sick. I mean, look at the guy. He's 43, 44 years old. He's banging a woman who's almost in her 70s. It's sick. Sickness. Degeneracy. It's an abomination. So I'm not sure if I'm going to believe that a bunch of people in France are like, yes, I'm a Catholic. Oh, sorry, I got to do the French accent. Catholic monarch. We got to do the Catholic monarch. Very important, because before we were following Macron, having sex with the grandmother, some crazy thing like that. But now we have to have a king, Joking aside, if France ever came to the point where they were killing each other and they had a civil war between the lefties and the righties, it's possible that things would be so miserable and there would be an atmosphere so horrendously morbid and sad that people would just think, you know what, maybe we should just elect a king, because it would just be easier. We don't have to elect our leaders. We don't have to vote. We don't, because with elections and with voting, we just have more and more political polarization and divisions and tension and conflict. So why don't we just have a king? And it'll make things easier. I could totally see that happening. So one theory I hear is that Henry V was the great monarch, but was never meant to actually have power. I've never heard of this before. There's a lot of prophecies that pop up in the Catholic world where it's like, well, this guy said this, and then you actually look into it, and it's like, well, did he really say that? Again, the prophecy on the monarch, the French monarch, could be true. I shouldn't say that I don't believe it. Okay, I'm agnostic in regards to the Catholic monarch prophecy. Okay, let's just put it that way. I don't know. I'm not going to reject it outright, but I'm not going to accept it outright either. I don't know. I'm going to put it that way. It is entirely possible. It's kind of like when the Romans were butchering each other in the streets and things got so bad that they just said, you know what, to hell with it. Let's make Rome a dictatorship. And they got Mr. What was his name? Caesar Augustine. Things like that could happen.